Hello everybody and welcome to this video where I want to talk to you about some of the response I've got to one of my TikTok English teacher error videos. So first of all, let's watch the bit of the video that I want to focus on.
Oh, you mean wipe off the table? Sure, dear. Wipe off.
So from that video, I got a lot of comments around this idea that Americans can say wipe and wipe off interchangeably. I am going to argue with you that that is simply wrong. There is not a single phrasal verb that carries the same meaning as the verb on its own. And anybody who is learning English will tell you that one of the biggest problems of learning English is phrasal verbs because you never know what they mean. So if you're learning English, you already know that there is a problem between the verb and the phrasal verb. If they were the same thing, A, why would we have phrasal verbs if they were just the same as the verb? And B, why would it be so difficult to learn the phrasal verb? You would just learn the verb and you would know the phrasal verb. So even a student would know from their own experience that the verb and the phrasal verb can't be the same. So if we take any number of phrasal verbs, particularly, let's look at the ones that end in off. The verb to turn and the verb to turn off. Anybody who knows English will tell you those two verbs, or that verb and the phrasal verb, are not the same thing. If you think to turn and to turn off is the same thing, then I can only assume that your flat screen TV is facing the wall. Or it's upside down. To give and to give off. To make something is to construct something, to create something. That is not the same as make off, which is to escape, to run away. We can literally go on to take and then to take off, to tell somebody something, and then to tell somebody off. Two entirely different things. Why should wipe and wipe off be different from all the other phrasal verbs? And if you can't answer that question, you must admit that maybe you are wrong. Maybe wipe and wipe off don't mean the same thing. Okay, so let's take a look at what dictionaries have to say about this. Merriam-Webster does say that to wipe and to wipe off mean the same thing. But here's my question to people who look at dictionaries as the authority of the language. Why don't other dictionaries say what Merriam-Webster is saying? If there is a universal truth about the language, even if you argue that it is a current universal truth and the language is fluid, if the dictionaries don't match, and I recommend you take a look at wipe and wipe off in 4 or 5 different dictionaries. I bet you any money you like, all 5 of them do not agree. Pick your dictionary, pick your truth. That's basically where we are. And here's the other problem. Dictionaries look to people as the authority of that word, what it means, how we use it, how we pronounce it. And people look to dictionaries as the authority of that word. So we have both parties looking to the other party as the authority. I am sure when you begin to realize that, you will begin to see the problem that we have in the English language. And this is where teachers come in. Because we need to be brave enough to say, that's right, that is wrong. Because believe me, if you are learning a language, you want to be guided. You want to be told the right way to say something and the wrong way to say something. Because that's what builds up your confidence. To know if you say X is wrong, then you simply stop saying X. This is the role of teachers. And it baffles me and annoys me when we have teachers who will spend a month in a classroom explaining to students, oh, this is present perfect. This is how we use past continuous. This is what this word means. This is what you should not say. This is what you should say. And then get money for doing that at the end of every month. And then go on social media and say the language isn't prescriptive. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. If you are making money by telling people what is right and wrong English, don't condemn people who say that the language is prescriptive, because you are being prescriptive for money. You're a hypocrite. Plain and simple. So yes, that's it. I hope I have instilled in you at least a little bit of inspiration to investigate the truth of these things and to accept that sometimes what dictionaries tell us is wrong. And if you are a teacher out there, be brave enough and to be honest enough to say this is right and this is wrong. So, to sum up, to wipe and to wipe off are two completely different meanings, just like every other verb and phrasal verb. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye now.